Welcome to the presentation of developing a post-baccalaureate program at a community college. This presentation is about 25 minutes long. My name is Joyce Fagel, and I created a post-baccalaureate studies for the health professions at Shoreline Community College, which is near Seattle, Washington. We started in the fall of 2016 and are about to complete our fourth year. It is unique to have a post-baccalaureate program at a community college. I believe this approach can work and that it reduces barriers for students. I also think it can be done at other community colleges with support from NAAHP members. In this presentation, I will cover the following topics. Why such a program at a community college, and what features are included in the program? Who are the students participating in the program, and are they getting admitted into professional schools? What did we do to develop this, and what can NAAHP members do to build or support opportunities for community college students? It is my goal that you will learn about a different model of postbac program and see and review information about enrollment and outcome data. It is also my hope that you will consider what you can do as a university advisor or health professional school admissions person to partner with your local community college in support of diverse students. The primary reason for creating this program at Shoreline Community College is to address multiple barriers for students in the Seattle area and the state of Washington. The primary ones are access to classes and cost. The barriers faced by Washington state students are not unique, but are made more significant by the lack of local options. For students who already have a bachelor's degree, the most significant ones are class space availability and cost. At our public university, the University of Washington, the classes required for health professional schools are usually full with undergraduate students. There is a mechanism for non-degree or post-bac enrollment. However, these students are only registered if there are leftover spaces in those classes. The state of Washington has only 2 post-bac programs, one in Seattle with space for 8 career changer students, and one in Eastern Washington, which is for record-enhancing students. The other huge barrier is cost. Both of the post-bac programs are at private universities, which are expensive. Students who have a bachelor's degree are no longer eligible for any grants through FAFSA, and so they're forced to take a huge loan while still uncertain about admission into their program. Having a post-bac program at a public community college immediately lowers the price in a huge way. Our in-state tuition is approximately $1,500 per quarter or $6,000 per year. Even students who move from another state and must pay out-of-state tuition rate for a minimum of 1 year pay approximately $12,000 per year in tuition, as opposed to the typical $25,000 to $40,000 per year at a 4-year university. The creation of this program at Shoreline Community College specifically is based on the availability of classes and advisors. The college already had all courses typically required by health professional schools, and these were already established as equivalent to the University of Washington courses. In addition, Shoreline Community College has a biotechnology lab specialist program with upper division biology courses and research training. For many years, I worked in a shared advising position with the University of Washington and Shoreline Community College. At the university, I was one of the pre-health advisors and attended NAAHP and WAHP meetings. When I transitioned to a full-time faculty position in academic advising at Shoreline, I started talking to our biochemistry professor, Tom Breithout. I knew he was a former medical school professor at Iowa's Des Moines School of Osteopathic Medicine. Together, we applied for a small internal grant from Shoreline and began developing the program in the fall of 2016. We cannot offer all the features provided by some post-bac programs, but we are able to support students in a variety of ways. I often tell students that we're not the Cadillac of programs, but you will have support and you will not need to drive this road by yourself. So what can we offer students? As mentioned, Shoreline Community College offers the typical pre-health schools courses, as well as upper division biology courses in the biotechnology lab specialist program. Students create an individual course plan based on their previous studies and their goals, as well as their life circumstances. As advisors, we review together their transcript and determine which classes to take. A lot of our students are career changing and start from the beginning level math and science classes. We also have record enhancing students. They may repeat some classes and in addition need to take new courses to demonstrate their academic ability. For those students, the Biotechnology Lab Specialist Certificate Program is one of the options. We also have students with partial courses completed, perhaps with a public health or other related major. I meet with the majority of students, and several science faculty also are advisors and work with students individually. I maintain an online resource site using Canvas and send a bi-monthly newsletter with notes about upcoming events, either local or virtual, through the professional organizations. I also connect students with one another, with their permission, of course. In addition, we schedule workshops and visits from regional health professional schools and health professionals. In the past few years, we developed several seminars, which are now 1/4 credit each. There is a sequence focused on reflection and discussion, and a quarter in which students are actively working on their application components, such as the personal statement. We also have 3 support seminars for students preparing for the GRE or MCAT or other tests. The first one of those is focused on the critical and analytical reading or the verbal sections of those tests. The others are in support of students creating a study plan and preparing for the tests. We are currently discussing a partnership with one of the test prep companies to provide a discount for a content-based test prep course.
Hi, my name is Laura Kim. I am the post-bac program assistant at Shoreline, and I will be reading some quotes from students who have mentioned some beneficial aspects of the program. So from Jasmine Nguyen, she has her bachelor's of science in environmental science from Vietnam and a master's degree in Australia. She said that there is a lot of information out there on the internet, but too much and too various. Also need a right person to direct and consult. Additionally, I get newsletters periodically from the program that makes me feel motivated and engaged during hard studying time for my journey. Another one from Erica Van Hoy with her Bachelor's of Arts of Psychology from the University of Washington. Educators and advising services at Shoreline Community College have encouraged my participation in research, healthcare, and scientific coursework. I now feel that I am a strong applicant for medical school and hopeful for my future. And another student from Andrew Hart, who is changing careers from journalism to medicine. The faculty at Shoreline made possible my success by welcoming me as a non-traditional student, investing in my learning, and encouraging me to pursue my goal. In the process, I realized my ability to think and work in new ways, learned a lot about science, healthcare, and myself, and connected with great mentors, friends, and colleagues in school and in the community.
So who are our students? Our program is open enrollment. We literally admit everyone who applies. The principle is that we give everyone an opportunity, no matter what their past history in education has been. Through one-on-one advising and in the seminars, we explain what is needed for a competitive application to health professional programs. Though some students are pursuing this against the odds, they can try if they want, and we support that. In the following slides, you will see some data about our students.
Hi, it's Laura Kim again. I'm the current program assistant, so here to talk about who are the students, some including myself. I graduated a little over a year ago with my bachelor's degree in health science, and I hope to achieve a MD and PhD degree to pursue a career in pediatric health and child health epidemiology. And another student, Courtney Batts, she is currently in the program and graduated from Washington University with her Bachelor's of Science in Kinesiology. Another student, her name is Christine Lemieux. She has worked in government affairs for 25 years, and she says to be able to have the opportunity to participate in this post-bac program in the community college system literally in my backyard is overwhelming. I can afford to do this at this stage in my life. I can stay in my community, work and live in my community, and stay connected with my personal medical school mentors. And another student, Eric Sue, the post-bac program allowed me to transition from a background in computer engineering to pursue a career in the health profession.
In spring 2020, we had 93 students enrolled. We have about equal 1/3 career changer students, 1/3 record enhancer students, and 1/3 other. The other category is mostly students with partial prerequisite courses completed during their bachelor's degree. By far, the most popular health profession is medical school. 47 of them are preparing for MD school, with additional students for DO, and a number apply to both types of medical schools. The next most popular profession is physician assistant, with 13 students enrolled. Many other health professional fields are also represented. I should add that we have a nursing program at Shoreline Community College, and so we actually have a lot of pre-nursing students. However, since that is not a graduate level nursing program, it's not included in these data or in this program. The majority of students are working while studying, and thus 77% are studying part-time. Depending on how many hours they work, it will be 1 or 2 courses per quarter. Here's a little more information about the demographics of the students. About 60% are identified female and 30% male. For 10%, there is no data. And at this time, the college data system does not have a non-binary option. In regards to race and ethnicity, a couple of smaller identities are grouped together so as not to violate individual student privacy due to small numbers. African American, Native American, and multiracial students together are 19%. Asian heritage is 17%, Latino is 14%, white is 31%, and we have 12% without that data. The percentage for students of color is about 20% higher than it is in the state of Washington, and specifically the group of African American, Native American, and multiracial jumps from about 10% statewide to 19%. The pie chart on student age shows 19% of students is 35 years or older, 20% is between 30 and 34, 44% between 25 and 29, and 15% between 18 and 24. We've recently been getting more students directly from their bachelor's degree coming to our program, and so the 18 to 24-year-old group is growing. At this time, the college did not have data on first-generation college students, further gender diversity, or GLBTQ and related identities. This is something to improve on in upcoming years. Can students from a post-bac program at a community college get admitted? That's the big question. So far, the answer is yes. They get admitted because they are strong students academically, and they demonstrate this in grades and test scores. This is true for the majority of our students, even though some had much lower grades in their bachelor's degree. It is not true for all the students, and some realize that these type of studies are not their strength area. And some, through reflection, that this is not the profession they want to pursue. I've had several pre-medical school students choose other directions, such as clinical psychology, economics of health, and art therapy. The added factor that many of these students bring to their health professional schools and to the profession is their previous life experiences. Of course, there is tremendous variety of what that is within our student group, which makes each of their journeys and each of their applications so unique. As a new program, we have admission data for 2 years, Fall 2019 admission, and Fall 2020. For Fall 2019 admission, 12 out of 15 applicants were admitted. For Fall 2020, 10 of 13 were admitted. So far, the majority of students who have applied have been career-changing students. Of the students currently in the program who are preparing to apply in the future, we now have a larger number of record-enhancing and other students, so those data are still to come for the future. Also, most pre-medical students need at least 2 years of coursework, and so those applicant numbers were not high just yet, but they are expected to go up in future years.
Hi, it's Laura Kim again, and I'm going to read some quotes from students who were admitted for 2019 and now in their first year of their professional grad school. So Megan Bacc, she is in the Master of Occupational Therapy at the University of Washington. She says the post-bac program at Shoreline Community College helped me to stay organized, write meaningful application essays, and greatly contributed to my graduate school acceptance. The counseling and advice were invaluable. Another student, Jennifer Merck, is currently a first-year medical student at the University of Washington. She says that this program provided critical information to help me navigate the complicated and expensive process of applying to medical school. I grew up in a lower-income, rural, blue-collar household, which even after a decade in a successful career, affected my ability to access resources to apply to medical school. And another student, Sean Russell, he is at Vassar University, first year naturopathic medicine student. He says that the post-bac program at Shoreline Community College allowed me to pursue my prerequisites in an affordable and connected way. The workshops gave me an opportunity to address and give thought and practice to relevant issues, not only for application, but also for my prospective profession. And the connections with other students allowed me the opportunity to find camaraderie among those with similar life experiences.
Next, what did we do to get to this point? We received some internal funding, used staffing that was mostly already available, and reached out to the regional health professional schools. More details coming up in the next slides. Funding. Shoreline Community College had an innovation grant which we received initially for 2 years, and it was extended to 4 years. This was about $30,000 per year, and those funds paid for extra work days and also for conference attendance by both myself and Tom Brighthout. Moving forward, we will have a smaller budget. We will be charging students a quarterly fee of $45. Students can opt in or opt out. That is, our regular science classes are still available to them if they opt out, but not all the other support features. This is intended to pay for conference attendance by one person per year, a program assistant to help with email inquiries, and a small stipend for the coordinator. Advisors with time to advise the students is a challenge, as it is in almost any aspect of all of our jobs. For the first 4 years, the coordinator, which is myself, and Tom Brighthout were paid extra days for this work. It didn't cover all the time we needed, but it helped. Moving forward, we need to incorporate this into regularly staffed work at the college. At Shoreline Community College, all full-time faculty have advising responsibilities. I've trained several faculty in biology and chemistry to advise some students. For example, I'm training our primary organic chemistry faculty member to advise pre-medical school record-enhancing students specifically. And the biology faculty, who frequently teaches human anatomy and physiology, will be advising pre-nursing and physician assistant students. These and a few other faculty are often already writing letters of recommendation for students, so they already have relationships with the students. For myself, I continue as a full-time advising faculty member in the General Advising Center. This program and its students must be balanced with the needs of many other students I serve as a pre-health advising specialist, but also as a general advisor. We do our best to get students started with a good course plan and refer them to the one-credit seminars for further support. There's no fixed schedule of how many times we meet with students. It is determined by student requests for meetings. Although the seminars are not required, we really do encourage students to take them, in part because there's a limit to what we can do one-on-one. Local and regional health professional schools have been very supportive. When I ask for a visit by a representative or help to find a speaker or students from their schools to talk to our students, various staff and faculty at the schools have been extremely helpful. Many of the regional health professional schools now refer students to Shoreline as one of the options. The big question for our students is always, is this possible? They are coming from perhaps lower grades in a bachelor's degree or years working in unrelated fields. Many have been told at some time in their life that they would not be able to do this. Seeing examples of successful students and hearing from admissions representatives that their applications will be taken seriously is an important part of the program, and it helps our students believe in themselves. We also have some visits by health professionals, and that has helped provide some shadowing opportunities. Even though the metropolitan area of Seattle has many hospitals and other health facilities, it isn't easy to arrange for shadowing. I do not provide that for the students, and in general, it is my philosophy that they need to take responsibility for this and learn from that experience. However, this is one of the barriers for first-generation college students and students of color and others with a minority group identity, such as a person who is transgender or part of a religious minority. And so I have a list of some organizations that they can contact. And I also work with several of the schools who have helped identify health professionals who are willing to be a role model and mentor to a student. This is the story of post-baccalaureate studies for the health professions at Shoreline Community College near Seattle, Washington. We are meeting a need in our community, and it is working for a good number of students. I believe it is also good for the health professional schools in our region, as they want to have a diverse applicant pool. And ultimately, it's good for our diversity in healthcare providers. So what about your region? What are the post-bac options for your students? Would you be interested in a partnership with a local community college? Most community colleges will not have a former pre-health advisor from a large university on their campus, and neither will they have a former medical school professor. Very few community college faculty or advisors are NAAHP members. Your local community college needs one or a few people with NAAHP expertise to partner with them in supporting pre-health students. Assuming that you are already very busy in your job, what can you do? I've listed a number of ideas on this slide, many of which are not huge tasks. Maybe you can provide a training for community college advisors in your region. Be sure to show the resources and benefits of NAAHP membership. The annual membership fee for community college members is $100, which is relatively affordable. You already have a website for your pre-health students. What will it take to make it relevant to community college students? As a health professional school, you may already have a workshop or a newsletter for pre-health advisors. Can you include the community college faculty and advisors in your region? If you are in a region where opportunities for post-bac students are limited, or if you have considered starting a post-bac program on your own campus, consider partnering with a community college. Community colleges are more nimble at program development compared to universities, and the lower tuition rates will immediately make the cost much more reasonable for students. This is the end of the presentation. I hope you found it interesting. Creating this program and advising these students has been and still is one of the most inspiring aspects of my work in 30 years of academic advising. This is entirely because of the amazing individual students that come to the program. So many of them tell me that they could not have done it by themselves, and that they also could not attend any other existing post-bac program, whether due to cost or location or structure. The majority of the students are making huge changes in their life to do this, and have a huge heart for medicine and those in our society who are not currently served well by our healthcare systems. Truly, we want these students to be our healthcare providers of the future. If you want to know more, I will be happy to talk with you. Also, NAAHP now has a post-bac committee, and on July 15 there will be a first mini-conference for post-bac directors and personnel. Additional roundtables and presentations are being planned throughout the upcoming year. So if you're thinking about starting a post-bac program or already have one, I invite you to join in on July 15 and beyond. Please contact me at jfagel@shoreline.edu. Here's also our webpage, shoreline.edu/postbac. Thank you for watching.